Welcome to Cut Daisies and Unicorns, and this is Season 5, Episode 7, Trailer Friday, everybody.
It's Trailer Friday.
It's Trailer Friday.
How did you enjoy Fringe Friday?
Fringe Friday was good.
Yeah.
I mean, because I feel like we did spend some time talking about the Bigfoot. But we also spent time talking about sci-fi, which is also a bit of Fringe.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you went and picked up Outer Range. I think I called it Outer Banks.
Oh, you know what?
On the last episode. So, but Outer Range.
Having watched 3 episodes,
right?
I believe is where
I think there's 4.
Oh, having watched 4 episodes.
Yeah, so you're caught up there. I think the next one it releases today on Trailer Friday.
Yeah. On Trailer Friday. You could have 5 episodes to binge on Outer Range. After watching that and seeing the outer and the R is turned backwards, and then range then has the R in the correct alpha, like how we would see the alphabet.
Right.
So yeah, Outer Range. And yeah, I was letting you know that it is one of the best science fiction series out there. The only thing that disappoints is that it's coming out 1 episode at a time.
I know. Just let us binge.
Ah, come on.
I mean,
you made us what we've become.
Pandora's box was already opened. Why are we trying to put that thing back in a box?
I don't know. But I will say we did get to talk about science fiction.
Yeah.
And then upon a brief exchange last evening via current technology, i.e. texting, Aliens and Cowboys. We talked about that movie.
We did.
So I
to
really...
me, that is a gem that I've probably only watched it twice.
Yeah.
But it is like, it's surprisingly, because you're like, aliens and like, what's the deal?
Yeah.
Like, but I think it's surprisingly good. Isn't it a Spielberg or somebody?
No. I looked it up.
Yeah.
And actually believe on my handheld technology here, I still have it up as a reminder because I'm gonna buy that thing. Directed by Jon Favreau.
Oh, it's a Favreau film, huh? Before he got into Marvel?
Yeah.
Because that was 2011.
Several films in 2014 created by Marvel Studios. He also did The Wolf of Wall Street.
Ron Howard was in one of the producers there. Huh.
Yeah.
Had a budget of $163 million. Wow. But yeah, Daniel Craig and Harrison Ford.
Olivia Wilde.
Don't mention her to Caitlin.
Why is that?
Because Harry Styles and her are somewhat at least associated together. Was supposed, if you mention it to her, just say, hey, so their relationship, it's going well. Like, she says it's all a publicity stunt. And I'm like, okay. But they've been together for a little bit. But apparently it's still publicity. So I'm like, because they've got a movie coming out. So
I didn't know that.
She's the director, producer. He's an actor in there. So
I love the description. A 2011 American science fiction Western action film.
Yeah.
Science fiction and Western.
Yeah.
That you're going to get that out of Outer Range.
Yeah.
Science fiction Western. Saturday morning I was watching episode 4, and Amy sat with me and watched it and said, I'm okay if you watch all of it all by yourself.
Is she not a fan of sci-fi? Because she does like some of the, she likes Yellowstone, which, it has elements of like the land and trying to protect the land and that whole thing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
maybe the sci-fi part of it isn't
Yeah,
to her liking.
and there's just, I mean, when you watch this thing, the one brother that sings,
Yeah.
he's strange.
He is strange.
We still don't know.
Which he Schitt's Creek.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is he on that? I see, and yeah, I just haven't. I there are people in my life, you included, that really enjoy that. The other person that I am reminded of is Laura, the violin player.
Yeah.
For Blackbird Circus. She and her husband really enjoy Schitt's Creek.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he is David's. Well, eventually, I think it's not until the latter seasons that they get together, and then eventually, spoiler alert, get married.
Oh, wow.
But
Yeah, interesting. Well, hey, Trailer Friday.
Friday.
Just wanted to let you know, we get into a little bit of numerology. We're going to talk about episode 7.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is if you're really wanting to see a Steve rant, I take off on 5 things that I don't want to talk about. Cold-hearted, closed-offness. We do a little bit of growth in humanity, and talk a little bit about that. We get it. We do current culture cinema, which apparently that's just part of our thing. Is we just review the things that we're taking in to be able to share with others. And then I wrote down 2 things. I'm not sure if we call it the art of evacuation. Or the art of elimination.
Mm-hmm.
But so yeah, we talk about Phil has a great real life story based out of a SpongeBob episode. And the look on his face. I've got some close-ups on the video so you can see our expressions, and it's not just us far away at the table like here. With what's going on.
And if you want to do a deep dive, season 3, episode 8. Just to give them a little sneak peek, they'd have to go dive. I'm not going to tell them the story, but they'd have to figure out, because every episode has 2 in it, so they'd have to figure out which one.
All right. Right.
That's a sneak peek.
Now, you're talking about that's SpongeBob.
That's SpongeBob.
Yeah. Not Cut Daisies and Unicorns.
No.
No.
It's the SpongeBob reference, and you can figure out which one I'll be referencing if you go. And if you have got Prime, I think the first 3 or 4 seasons are already on Prime, so feel free. Jump in there and figure out which one I'm talking about.
And during our numerology talk, Edgar came alive.
Right. There he is again.
Yep.
He's saying hello. Glowing red eyes and everything. He's got lots to say.
If birds weren't so dirty, instead of a dog, I'd really think about getting a raven or a crow.
Yeah, they would be dirty.
Yeah. Dirty bird.
Dirty bird. So many directions on that.
Yeah. I used to have fish. And there's a part where fish would be cool, but then there's another part where, no, not going to do fish.
Yeah, fish. I mean, it's always the issue with me is just cleaning the tank with, actually then going in and cleaning it and not destroying the ecosystem that's already there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Trying to maintain that balance is difficult.
Yeah, I don't know. I just...
Because if the temperature's not right, then you kill fish and...
quote the Beatles song, "Let it be."
Yeah, and then if you let it be, then it gets all cloudy and murky, and you're like, where are the fish?
Yeah,
where are they?
Yeah, you definitely have to get your biology, symbiotic, the culture thing. Yeah, if it's cloudy, you just need to wait for it to clear.
Right.
Yeah.
pH balances and I don't.
Yeah.
Too much information for me to keep in my head.
How's your pH balance?
Well, I do take a probiotic. I think it's supposed to have something with pH. I don't even know.
Oh my gosh.
No,
Well,
it probably has nothing to do with pH.
Who knows?
I think it's with gut biomes and all that other stuff. But,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So on this Friday, we want you to take time out in this moment to reflect upon your past week.
Mm.
And make sure that what you do is, whether it was once a day or twice a day, or how many days have gone by, and what great things happened in your life. You're like, I'm not sure if there are great things, Steve, but okay, then what good things happened in your life?
And there's always something good.
I think there's something good.
There's a good side to every. So even when you're low, find the thing that you can be grateful for.
There you go.
Right? And we call that the attitude of gratitude.
All right. I feel like a Hallmark card should be illustrated right now.
Right.
I don't know where we come up with this stuff.
Right.
It's just out. Somebody's saying out of a very shallow pool. Yeah, that wasn't a deep stretch.
A very shallow pool.
Yeah, but yeah, and I mean, you know what? Be thankful for the challenges. Because we're gonna talk about that coming up on Sunday.
We are.
About how do you maintain mental malleableness? I spit that out.
You did.
A silver tongue rolling through the words and all of the syllables.
Right. In a $5 word. That's a $5 word right there.
Yeah, you gotta if Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. I gotta keep my mind nimble so I can jump over the stick.
Yep. It's always good to run and jump over it instead of landing on it. Don't land on the candlestick. It won't be good.
So, there's different axioms or sayings that people come up with and things like that. And one of my favorites, I think even by Charles Spurgeon, I may have run across it in a book that I was reading a couple decades ago.
Yeah.
And he's like, what fool would want to take the bull by the horns?
And that is an axiom, and you always wonder, it comes from someplace. Usually something, so did somebody actually try to do this?
And then you think about, well, that person's like a bull in a china shop. Who ever let a bull into the china shop?
That also is a good question.
I mean, yeah, he's like a bull in a china shop. Oh, really?
And there's so many that deal with bulls.
Yeah, rather large creature.
Right. Kind of untamable. They're going to be spirited.
Well, we know from herd experience, that a bull has typically one purpose, but can have multiple. In my travels to the Dominican Republic, I've actually spent time in a field with a bull.
Really?
Yeah. There's a
peacefully?
The coexistence was, I knew that he was on a really heavy rope chain.
Oh.
And wouldn't be able to come after me as I went after him to document him.
Yeah.
But the farmers from the farm where we were at, they hooked the bull up to a plow, and it was a one-shear plow, and ran a couple. But when they would farm, that bull was used to plow the fields.
Wow. So they were able to control it then, I assume.
Oh yeah. But a bull is not a steer. Steers are bulls that have been castrated.
I didn't know it. hey, look at this. I learned something new today.
which is one of our goals,
Right.
is to learn something new, at least one thing every day.
Mm-hmm.
So the intent when you have calves,
Mm-hmm.
now if you have calves and you get female cows, those are cows.
Mm-hmm.
The female parts of cattle are cows.
Right.
The purpose of cows is to give birth to other cattle
Mm-hmm.
or to give milk.
Right.
That's where the dairy farms come from.
Mm-hmm.
And for any city slicker, the answer is no. Brown cows do not give chocolate milk.
So maybe you were today years old when you just figured that out.
So then if a cow has a male cow, then it's born and it's not castrated. When it's castrated, it becomes a steer. If it's not castrated, it gets to become a bull.
And then the bull continues to reproduce then, I assume.
There you go.
All right.
Stud services
Okay.
enacted.
But then they still use, so is it a steer that you use for even some of the bull riding, or does it have to be a bull in order to be a bull rider?
Well, no. Bulls, see, that's what, so now we're getting into testosterone levels and anger management,
Oh.
and so like the cowboys at the rodeos
Yeah.
riding bulls are not riding steers.
Okay. So it has to be a bull in order to ride a bull.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I'm unfamiliar with the 4-H ways.
So then the whole thing that ends up happening is steers are sold at market for us to eat.
Okay.
So then their meat isn't wild with testosterone.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's good then.
So I'm going with axioms.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, who wants to straddle a fence?
Nope.
Yeah.
No.
Again,
I'd rather
landing.
not.
Don't land on the candlestick.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right.
Pokety pokety pokety. Ouch ouch ouch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's where I was actually trying to go to, and now everyone is dealing with the reproductiveness of cattle on a farm or a ranch. Ranches are really big. Farms
A bird in the hand is something
worth two in the bush.
two in the bush. Like what? Were you going to put your hand in the bush? I don't even. Yeah.
That's a Benjamin Franklin quote, I believe.
Is it?
I believe so. Yeah.
And what does it mean?
Well, you could have how many birds in a bush, and it's unrealized. If you're hungry and you're going to eat a bird, you better have one in your hand. It's like the actualized is realized better than the infatuation with volume.
Yeah.
See?
So always trying to get something bigger, better, versus like what you actually have right now.
Yeah.
Which would go back to the attitude of gratitude. Look what I have right now.
Oh, man.
I can be thankful for what I've got instead of trying to always seek something bigger.
Yeah.
The circle comes around.
All these things happening.
Right. So don't go grabbing any bulls by their horns. I don't.
Yeah. Or
something like that.
the great Western philosophy of today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what are your favorite axioms? You got any ones that make your head, like, who came up with this?
I have no idea.
Yeah. Yeah. You can put it out there.
Yeah. We'll be waiting.
Right.
Looking for the email alert
Mm-hmm.
when you're like, what?
Yeah. I've got some great axioms. All right.
Axiom.
Cool.
So in the top 5 list of what Steve doesn't want to talk about, missed a major point that Phil brings up at the end. If you want to know what we're thinking and feeling about concerning billions of dollars, the purchase of Twitter. Yeah, so we get into that too.
Yep, we do.
And if you're just really, really having a peaceful, just great Sunday, and you're like, man, I need a little chaos in my life, then you should watch the episode, because I've got ADHD and I'm all over the place, at least in this moment.
Uh-huh.
I will say, like, my overall attitude is a lot better than last week.
That's good.
I was just foul last week.
Yeah.
Just in a bad mood.
And sometimes your headspace is there.
Yeah.
And you got to deal with that too, right?
It's true. Yeah.
Yeah, Monday was like that for me, this past Monday here.
Yeah.
Like I was just worn out and tired, and like everything was always on the, glass half empty. Like, oh, what am I doing?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
eventually you try to see the other side.
Hey, and you know what? Fog is beautiful, but just remember this, that if there's fog, you got 2 fronts coming together. You got a warm front and you got a cool front.
Yeah.
And those things are meeting each other. That's why it's foggy. You got to make your way through the fog. It means that you're making your way as you're going on your path of life. Just, maybe you're going into the warmer weather. Maybe you're going into the cooler weather. But if it's foggy, you're not specific. You're melding.
Right.
It's this potpourri of the atmosphere. So take a deep breath.
Potpourri of the atmosphere.
So speaking of potpourri,
Yeah.
my incense at the studio
Yeah.
was waning.
Uh-oh.
And I've been out of patchouli for a while, and so I was like, I had this tube, and I really liked how it burned and how it smelled, and I ran out of that,
Oh, no.
and so then I hadn't replaced it. So then I took it to the house, and it's been sitting on the table for about 2 months. All I had to do was pick up my computer and go to Amazon to order, or on Domestic Tuesday, or Work at Home Wednesday, or, Trial by Fire Thursday. I mean, who knows? So, like, all I had to do, I could have stopped by Target and picked up more. Nope. Out of sight, out of mind. There's another axiom.
Right.
So anyway, I got online. You can get better deals online. I got 100 patchouli sticks for like $8.
Nice.
And then
It should last a little bit.
frankincense and myrrh.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 boxes of 25 sticks. Again, under $14.
Wow.
And we're dealing with frankincense. And I get the bonus flavor, myrrh.
Myrrh.
But yeah, so if you go walking by the studio and you're like, hey, is he smoking weed in there? No, it's just patchouli.
Just patchouli.
I'm taking it in. Take it in.
What is the aroma of patchouli supposed to do as far as the...
I have no idea.
Okay, I didn't know if you knew any of those. Like
I just like it.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
If I'm feeling sluggish, speaking of potpourri in a fog, citrus and mint really kind of
Wakes you up.
it wakes me up.
Citrus and mint. I can see citrus. I didn't. Yeah, I guess mint bringing that in too. Sure. Yeah.
And for people who are out there looking for a new experience, that could be an old experience,
Yeah.
and the old becomes new. I'm on a new kick. Ginger ale. I got some Seagram's ginger ale. The other night I was just like, man, I like a little something, but I don't want any caffeine, and
Yeah.
I like carbonation, but it's not always best to be drinking adult beverage carbonated items, and so
Hmm.
yeah, so I bought a 12 pack of Seagram's ginger ale. Now, being a Michigan boy, Verner's ginger ale,
Yeah.
it's good stuff.
I had some ginger ale too. Saturday, I think I had some ginger ale.
Yeah.
It was a light ginger ale, so it didn't necessarily. I mean, I'm like, okay.
And I'm not a Moscow Mule person and
Mm-mm.
ginger beer and
Yeah.
and stuff like I picked up some non-alcoholic ginger beer, and I think if people are like ginger beer, well, it's like root beer.
Mm-hmm.
Is root beer beer? No, it's not beer. It's
No.
root beer.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there's a flavor of root beer,
Right.
and So, but ginger, yeah, ginger is good for your health. I
Yeah.
don't think ginger soda is good for your health. I mean,
Right.
necessarily, but I mean, you're dealing, yeah. So,
Yeah, I like ginger. So
yeah,
I mean, there's a ginger aid. I think there's a what are those? There's a one of those drinks, and it has like living, cultures in there.
you're
What are
you're
those
all
called?
about putting these living organisms into your body, aren't you? It's just like, yeah, this thing's gonna like level me out. I'm like, what is it? Like these living organisms inside of you, and then I've got people in my life that'll be like, this is really like you already have.
You already have them
Yeah,
there.
they're already there. They just are.
You're
They
just
be healthy or not
with
healthy.
these other ones. They come in because you're supposed to have like this whole to have. I think it goes back to gut health.
Whoa.
You're supposed to have all of these like living. I'm like, oh, I mean, it sounds terrible. It sounds freaky, but
Well,
not
I'm
so
glad they figured out where to have the hotel so that they don't get pooped out.
right. That whole adds a whole nother picture. Oh man. All right, you guys, you need to enjoy the episode on Sunday. I mean, we have lots of different, pieces to it. So it's kind of one place, it's the next place, but I think it's enjoyable too. So
We'd love to do it.
so many things.
All right. And can you believe it? When this posts, we've got 3 more episodes, 8,
Yeah.
9, and 10, in our first season in 2022.
It will be finished.
We're around the corner.
Uh-huh.
All right. So we'll have to plot that out and figure it out.
We do. At some point, have a live episode
Yeah.
sometime in that time frame.
Yeah, we need to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we do.
All right, everybody. Have a good Friday and a good rest of the weekend. We'll see you on Sunday.
All right. See ya.
Take care.